Yo, what's going on guys? HyperX here and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. Over the course of the weekend, more information pertaining to the sequel has surfaced, a pre-order bonus, a limited edition, confirmation of a PC version, and more. So I figured in today's video, I'll give you guys a big news roundup of all the most recent relevant leaks pertaining to Destiny 2. So if you guys do enjoy this, you do find it helpful and you're hyped, then a like would be super appreciated. And comment down below and let me know what you think about the different topics. Also, it should go without saying, but any leak should be taken with a big pinch of salt, because until anything is confirmed by Bungie or Activision, then nothing is absolute. However, turning our attention to the very first leak, this comes from an Italian website called LEGA Network. The article has since been taken down, but I will link you to a website archive down below so you guys can at least check out a historic version of it, but the original post had this image embedded. This roughly translates as pre-order to get access to the beta, plus it also lists an exclusive CADE 6 action figure that you can get if you pre-order it from GameStop. Now, if this is to be believed, then quite why they chose CADE 6 is uncertain at this point. It could well be because he's a popular character, it could also be that he is integral to the Destiny 2 story. I kind of hope so, because he is definitely one of my favourite characters. The previous leak we had a couple of months back with regards to the Mega Block set definitely hints at Commander Zavala being a central character, so if CADE 6 is referenced, perhaps the whole Vanguard ensemble is at the epicenter of the story. Of course, at this stage this is still unconfirmed, so this could well be made up. But either way, it seems, according to this image, that not only will you get beta access if you pre-order the game, but if you pre-order exclusively from GameStop, you can also get a CADE 6 action figure. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully they'll be kind of similar to the McFarlane ones they're making at the moment, because those are pretty damn awesome. Moving over to the next leak, we have an Xbox One poster. Now, if you guys remember the video I did last week, there were, of course, these two posters. Eurogamer have since gone on record to confirm that these posters are indeed accurate, and of course, if they are to be believed, then they confirm that the release date will be September the 8th. They also confirm that there will be a beta, and that there will be PlayStation exclusive content. So, of course, from this image alone, one of the big questions was, would Xbox get a beta, or would there be sort of an annoying exclusive window where you could only play the beta on PlayStation 4? However, this image here of an Xbox poster, again, the very same design, only with an Xbox banner, does also list an Xbox beta if you pre-order. Now, it could well be like the original Destiny 1 beta. I believe it was something along the lines of the PlayStation beta went live like 3 days early, and then Xbox got it a little bit later. So there may well still be a window like that, where for Destiny 2, PlayStation players, given the exclusive window, get the beta on, say, a Tuesday, and maybe the Xbox players get it on a Friday. But either way, if this image is to be believed, then Xbox players will also get a beta. And of course, provided it's on PC, I would imagine that also extends to them too. Speaking of PC, that then leads me nicely on to the next leak. And this actually comes from Twitter user SenSnowy, who is a mod for Gathalion. So it's actually, for once, someone that we actually know of, and not just like a random friend of a friend on a forum. So he went into a GameStop in Germany and was able to place a pre-order for the Destiny 2 limited edition on PC. Now, of course, do bear in mind, retailers allow you to do this. They will very, very early on allow you to go in and place a pre-order for a game. Even if the price isn't confirmed, even if the release date isn't confirmed, they will simply allow you to place it so that you can, of course, put down some money and then, you know, later on come in and pay the rest of it. And while during this very early window, you will, of course, not get specifics with regards to, say, what the limited edition is, how much the final price will be, or the release date. What they will, of course, allow you to do is pre-order the things that will be available. So the fact that there is a PC limited edition confirms one of two things. It confirms A, that there will be a PC version, which we pretty much know by now based on the Activision investor calls at the tail end of last year. They did, of course, mention that there will most likely be a PC version. Plus, of course, this receipt also confirms a limited edition. Now, that's hardly groundbreaking. I mean, you know, when Destiny 1 came out, we had the cool limited edition with the Ghost in it. And then, of course, when the Taken King came out, there was another physical edition as well with various different things in it. So it's hardly revolutionary to think that for Destiny 2's launch, they're also going to have a collector's edition. This could, of course, tie nicely into the CADE 6 action figure, or it could also be something else entirely. But either way, it is entirely possible to go out and place a pre-order at GameStop for a PC limited edition. So that is rather exciting. Also, something else that Snowy did mention with regards to kind of speaking to people at GameStop, while they weren't able to confirm nor deny at that stage, they did say there would most likely be a PlayStation 4 Pro bundle at some point down the line. So again, given the exclusive window, and given that PlayStation are big on pushing PS4 Pro right now, I think it's hardly surprising to think they'll probably release a limited edition PS4 Pro console that'll bundle with Destiny, and they can then sell that at the same time. Of course, 4K Destiny would be pretty damn awesome. So, they are the three major links. There is, however, one more thing I do want to talk about, and I left this one to the end because this one is, in truth, a little bit questionable, to be honest. But on a German gaming website, Instant Gaming, there is a listing for a PC version of Destiny 2. It does, of course, have some PC specs down below. Those you can completely ignore because those specs are absolutely rubbish, so I would completely ignore them. However, there is a little description for Destiny 2. If you translate it, it reads as follows. Now, just before I start reading it, again, as mentioned, this is worded in a very strange way, to the point where it's not how I think a kind of game blurb would be written, so do take this with a massive, monumental pinch of salt, but in the interest of sharing stuff with you guys, then I'll read it anyway. It says, or roughly translates from German as, Destiny 2 is the sequel to the Destiny online game, developed by Halo maker Bungie. It is a science fiction game with PvP and PvE elements. Destiny 2 will be larger and more comprehensive than Part 1, and is designed to provide a seamless open world with accessible cities. Plural. This final bit is the part where it gets a bit weird. It is still unclear whether the story is counted or whether Destiny 2 as a reboot narrative again starts at the beginning in order to catch up the missed possibilities of the predecessor. Destiny 2's own player characters can be imported into Destiny 2. As you can see what I mean, the last bit is worded very weirdly. For a game blurb, they would never kind of say, we don't really know what the story is, it's just a little bit kind of strangely worded. So, honestly, I think this one can probably just be discounted and taken with a huge pinch of salt, but if at least the first paragraph has any sort of validity to it, then it kind of references what we've heard in various investor calls, with them working towards bigger, more expansive open worlds. And if there are multiple cities, then of course maybe it means we can get to various different social spaces, similar to how we have now, but hopefully much more in depth, much more expansive. Maybe those cities will be, you know, a lot more vibrant, a lot more lively and stuff. So that is something to think about. But again, that last one, a little bit questionable, so you can probably just sort of, you know, put that to one side and then pay attention to the first part of the video. But either way, that's it. Those are the most recent relevant Destiny 2 leaks and rumours and whatnot. So now you guys are up to date. If you guys missed any of the previous videos I did last week, I will link them down below. But for the time being, that is where we are at. Of course, Age of Triumph launches tomorrow, so I would imagine once that's been out, and we've had a few weeks with it, then Bungie may well be ready to start talking. We are probably about 6 months away from September now, so it is of course within the usual marketing timeline, so I don't think it's going to be too far before we start hearing stuff in an official capacity. But for the time being, that is where we're at. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.
It's for S-ATAIII.